Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, Tank12, however you want to call me, I don't really care, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Today I have prepared a video for you guys in my Tiger 2. A recent game that I had just a couple of days ago, and you can see we're playing on the map Serene Coast with quite a couple of tier 9 and tier 10 tanks, but also a few tier 8 vehicles. Now recently I have been playing a lot more of the German heavy tanks because of the recent buffs, and I've noticed that the Tiger 1 now can have over 300 alpha damage with its 88mm gun. So the Tiger 2 with its very accurate 105mm gun, which to be fair was not accurate historically, does 360 average damage. Now with the added 25% or deviation, that can go all the way over 400. That is pretty damn impressive for a tier 8, especially a Tiger 2 that for a very long time was just not up to pars compared to other vehicles. This tank really has gotten, I think, the best major buff. I remember that okay, just make the map a little bit smaller. I remember that when they actually made changes to this vehicle, they first did do the upper plate because the vehicle was too squishy. Same with the Löwe back in the days. So back to the gameplay. This tank right here is actually a very good sniper. It's a very good long range fighter, but it can also brawl now. But on this map, to be fair, there's kind of a let's say there are three positions or three ways you can actually go to on this map, and one of them being the one line, 1-2 line, where usually the fast heavies and the fast medium tanks go to brawl it out, because that will allow you to swoop in from behind and engage the base of the enemy team or of our team, depending on which side you're coming from. Or you go over to this little peninsula, this little island, and you engage the basically the very heavy route with a lot of cover, or more cover than on the left side, where you can actually engage the heavy tanks and tank destroyers that are sitting in the back. And to be fair, the Tiger 2 now, it is not the fastest tier 8 heavy tank. It's probably not the fastest heavy tank in this game. Right here we have two T-57s, and both of them, especially with the ST1, have gone over to the peninsula, and you can see that we have just lost I think the Type 5 Heavy and the T124, and we just lost another AMX M449L over there. Actually, this guy was pushing the one line. And the issue right here for me was because I knew that I would not be able to get up there fast enough with my Tiger 2. I decided to stick back, stay behind, because I'm a very good sniping vehicle, and I would just see if I can defend the base from here, or just be a little bit more passive and use the very good gun handling that you have on this gun to my advantage. We managed to take out this Burask over there. He just broke through. He killed the Pantera, and it's a bit of a shame. I maybe should have actually pushed earlier, because if I would have been with them guys over there, maybe would have been able to engage them more effectively. But I decided against it because I wanted to be more passive and use the very good range and accuracy of this tank to my advantage, especially with the Lynx 6x6 as my support vehicle. But right now it looks kind of sketchy, not a very good standing for our team at the moment, although it's only one tank off. But actually we're gonna make it even right now, so it's 8 versus 8. But the problem is we have completely lost the western side, and we've just lost our tier 9 heavy tank, the ST1. We have a T49, which I did not notice prior to this engagement right here. But As you can see right there, there's an EBR 75FL, and I'm not even sure if I have if I have 6 cents on this tank. I think I do not have 6 cents on this vehicle, else I would have probably been lit right there, and I was probably lit previously when the EBR 90 was at that little ridge line at E2. So we take out the EBR 75 FL10. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do right there. I mean, he knew that I was there. And now we're going into a defensive kind of positioning. And now this is where the Tiger 2, if it has the hit points, and you can see we have the hit points, we have 1,760 because we're using the equipment, which gives you 10% more HP, and we're using it. And now we're in a very awkward position for this Somua SM. We can actually stay already safe in this place, mostly, let's say mostly. And we can engage the Somua SM while he has to actually close the distance to get close to us. And he takes 2 massive hits. Like, look at this, 381, 355. That is pretty damn crazy for tier 8. And we knock out the Somua SM. That was an important kill right there. And you can see that the noose around our neck is slowly getting tighter, because there's an ISU 152 over there, but our T57 or our SU 101 actually manages to take him out. And there's a Panzerkampfwagen 7 and a T30, and the T30 is supposedly on full HP. So right now we have a very awkward engagement here with an Object 703, the premium tier 8 Soviet double-barrel gun. And luckily for us, his accuracy is not the best, and we move over to APCR because we do need to pen him every single shot. 285 millimeters, that is by far enough to go through this tank. But if he is hauled down, maybe I should have not gone for the gun mantler right there. I've noticed that he is in a much better, far superior position. So I need to get closer to him. I need to make this engagement very awkward for him, so I can actually, do something about this. Because I know if he is able to reload after he's fired 1 shell and he's able to pen me, and he's gonna reload right now again, we will probably die because he will just put a double barrel shell into us. But luckily for us, we get the support from our SU-101, and now we're at 4,153 damage that we have dealt to this point. We've managed to defend this side from 2 vehicles, the Somua, the Object 703, and we managed to knock out the EBR, which would have been a very annoying little tank if he just ran away, probably. And you could just see the amazing sniping capabilities that this tank just possesses. And this really gives you a new kind of perspective on this vehicle. Armor-wise, obviously, the 703 was firing heat, so I did not really expect to be able to withstand any real shells at this distance. So if he just aimed a little bit, he's probably going to go through. But damage-wise, I mean, the alpha damage makes a huge change. It makes a huge difference right here. And as you can see, we managed to take out these vehicles quite easily with a very nice rate of fire as well. And artillery could not really do any damage to us because we were hiding very well in the back over there. So now it's basically who's going to spot who first, and then artillery will probably need to do their job. So our M43 and our Object 212, they'll need to take out the Panzerkampfwagen 7, because except for the T57 Heavy, I'm not sure that we can do any real damage to them. So what we're going to be doing right now in this game is, actually, I was a little bit confused that they all left this peninsula, because I thought someone would stay here to spot this, this direction if they did decide to push us. But our team decided to just, haul ass, go to their base immediately from the get-go, and they kind of left me back here all by myself with 2 artillery pieces. So my thought was, okay, I'm not going to be moving any further up, because if I go up there, maybe the T-30, but turns out the T-30 is back in at their base somewhere. But the Panzerkampfwagen 7 is probably still here. He might push forward. I don't know how much HP he has, but luckily for us, we managed to take out their first artillery piece, and now I am right here on this little hill, on this little ridge line, checking if there's anyone coming to our base. We do have a T-49 who is on full HP. He has been sitting in the back for basically the entire game, and I'm not really sure if he was spotting anything, because all the heavy tanks were spotting for themselves at this distance, obviously. So he was kind of a little bit useless to us, like one less player that we had to our cause. But now he moved up, and even if he does not do very well, he's going to be able to spot the T-30 at least if he's close to him, and maybe, you know, distract him from targeting the T-57, because I'm not sure if the T-49 really knows what he's doing with his T-49, because he was very passive. So at this moment I decided to, you know what, we're gonna go and go in from the other side. This is a very risky kind of maneuver from me, because we don't really know where the Panzerkampfwagen 7 is. We don't know where the T-30 went, because we do know he was spotted, or he was at the base because he killed the Su-101, but we don't know if he just now decided to rejoin with the Panzerkampfwagen 7 and they decided to move in. But you can see, like, communication is key, and I'm trying to communicate with them guys, trying to get the information that I need on the Panzerkampfwagen 7. I need to know the HP, because I can maybe one-shot him if he's on low HP, and it turns out he's on very low HP, 348. That is a very good possibility of a one-shot, but it's a tank that has a lot of armor, so I would much rather just spot him so that artillery can take care of it. And it turns out that I think in just about a second, artillery will kill the Panzerkampfwagen 7, if I'm not mistaken. And that was a blind shot. A blind shot on the Panzerkampfwagen 7, and he did not move at all. And then we see the T-30, he is back at the base. The T-49 has spotted him. He's at very low HP, 396. That's a possible one shot for us if we roll very high. I'm sorry, I'm a bit tired still. But unfortunately, we're not able to get our shot on him any second now. So what I decide to do is to, you know, flank around. The game is basically over. We've done our damage, and now it's just about getting the artillery piece and the T-30. And both our T-49 and our T-57 are not interested in pushing him head on, because obviously it's the T-30, it's gonna hurt like hell. So they decide to just stay on the cab, wait for him to actually make the first move and push around. And we do spot the M4043, because he has no shot on their spawn right there from the little peninsula, and he has to actually make a move. And the Object 212 takes out the T-30, we take out the M4043, and we end this game on a high with 4,553 damage, 4 kills, and a very, very good review I would not say it's a very good review from us, but I would say it's certainly a testament to the strength of this vehicle, the power that the Tiger II now possesses, and it's a very, very cool tank now because of the alpha damage. It feels like the Tiger II, how it was imagined to be in the game, how it was imagined to be historical, because the Tiger II, if you think about it, during World War II, in the very late stages, since it was introduced in 1944, it was a vehicle that had basically no equals on the Western Front, and only a very few selected equals on the Eastern Front with the IS-1, the IS-2, maybe the ISU, the tank destroyers, because this vehicle had so much armor, 150 millimeters frontal armor here at the upper glacis, with an angle which they probably learned from the Soviets during the early stages of the war with the T-34, and the turret, like this is the Henschel turret, not the Porsche turret, and a very deadly 88mm long long gun, which was on the Nashorn and other tank destroyers. So very impressive indeed. I think this is now the best iteration of the tank, and I think it is at a very good stage now. And especially if you can adapt yourself a little bit to, you know, rely on your armor if you have to, but still, if you can utilize your gun, maybe at a distance, because why not? You can maybe be the second one to get to the positions, because you can still do a lot of damage with this tank from a distance. So that's pretty damn good. So you have, like, I think several alleyways that you can go to now, and, you know, try out the best way to handle this vehicle. So I hope you guys did enjoy this little analytic gameplay review type of content. I actually wanted to make a video about the Steel Hunter game mode at the moment, because I had a replay, but it turns out that the Steel Hunter game mode will not allow you to record a replay, so that's kind of awkward, so I don't really have to replay anymore. But it was a pretty damn good game, and it turns out that I'm not sure, was it the British? I think the British, the Harbinger, is actually pretty damn good if you get the Lost upgrade and use it with the special abilities. So yeah, maybe we'll do that at a different date, different time. Right now, I'm just going to finish this up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.